Um, Thank you guys for joining the first episode of the Organized Chaos podcast, the OCP. Um, it took a while to get here, took a couple takes. Man, people don't know you get a lot of technical difficulties with some of this stuff. I recorded a whole episode, went back to play it back, and in the middle of it, everything just went haywire. So got to re-record. So here I am, and here we are with the first episode. Let me give myself a round of applause. But yeah, man, here with my first episode. Glad to be here. Glad you guys are here. Whether you're joining me on YouTube, whether you're joining me wherever, however you stream, um, I'm just glad you listening to my voice. Shoot, that's crazy. If anybody want to listen to my voice, I don't even like listen to my damn voice, but I'm here. Um, but I started this podcast because basically I wanted an outlet. I think everybody needs some type of outlet, because people got different hobbies or different ways they let off steam or whatever. But sometimes you got to find what that is, especially for men. We got to find out what our outlet is, and I just feel like this would be good for me. This would be therapeutic for me. I really need it. People that know me know that they always say you need some type of outlet. You need somewhere to go, something to do. So this is what I chose to do. When I was at my last job, me and my coworkers, we used to sit there and just talk. We have like our own podcast, but in like our office setting or whatever, and the conversations we used to have, I wish we could tape those. It was the conversations was so deep and so we learned so much within each other, and because we all live in different places. One person was from New Jersey, one person was from Georgia, and me being from DC or whatever, we just got a bunch of different perspectives on just life and coming from different places. Now, he, the other guy, he's back in New Jersey. The other young lady, she living in Africa now. So, we all over. I wish we could come together and do something. And shout out to him. If y'all ever get to check him out on IG, it's AS Legacy. He has his own vodka brand, black owned, veteran owned vodka brand. Check him out on IG, AS Legacy Vodka. Um, but yeah, it's one of my good brothers. But like I said, we used to have some good conversations, good dope conversations that I wish we could have recorded and put it out because we learned a lot from each other. Um, from a female perspective, from a male perspective, um, culture perspective, um, everything. We just shared a lot of stuff. Um, we saying some rough moments, arguing sometimes me and my coworker we would sit there and cry together, just talking about different things you experience and stuff like that. I think is real good and real healthy to have those type of people that you can talk to and different things like that. um as for me, um I'm not really I know I'm not a small talker. I'm not a small talker. I don't want to hear that shit. Like people, when you at work and people just be talking to you about just random shit, and you just looking at them like, yo, I don't care. I really don't care. But you got to sit there, have the straight face on, like you really paying attention to them. But a lot of times you don't care. But I mean, that's just me. I don't like small talk. If it's not feeding me or a good conversation, I'm not a small talker. And half the time, a small talk, I don't even know what the hell to say. Like people be saying stuff, and I'd be lost for words. I just be like, I just sound dumb because I don't know what to say. It's just kind of like when you're on the elevator with somebody and they start talking, you like, what you want from me? I don't know what to say. Like, I have a nice day or how are you? I don't know. I don't be knowing what to say to people. But yeah, I'm more into deep conversations, things like that. But ironically, I used to work in sales a lot, and I I don't know. I might have been terrible at sales, but a lot of people would come in, and I'll just start having conversations with them, and I wouldn't even care about the sale anymore because we would get so deep into conversations, and you learn a lot about people, and you learn different things and where people coming from, and things like that. So that's why when I talk to a lot of people, you build a lot of knowledge because you talk to a lot of people, especially when you talk to people in sales, because you get a lot of people coming in. I used to work at a mattress store, mattress discounters. You have a bunch of people come in. You used to work at a damn tire place. Bunch of people come in, so you interact with so many different people, so many different people from walks of life, different walks of life, and I think I done worked in damn near every mattress discounter store that was in the in the Maryland region. So I think I was at all of them. Marlow Heights, shit, Clinton, Waldorf, Silver Spring, everywhere, anywhere you can think of, I was there. So I just talked to a bunch of different people. Uh, Wheaton. So you got more Hispanic people come in. You got out in that, saying in those areas, you got a lot of Africans that come in. And, you just talk to a bunch of different people. You get a different perspective on life. So, and that's crazy because I don't, I don't like talking to people because people be too willfully ignorant for me. So I try to avoid talking to a lot of people, but I have empathy for people. Um, if that makes sense. So people that know me, I always say I hate people. I hate talking to people. I just hate people because people are there's just a bunch of shitty people in life in general. So I try to steer clear of a lot of stuff. And then it's in this new age, it's hard to have good conversations with people without people getting in their feelings and things like that. So and I'm more of a straight shooter, but I was just telling somebody today, I was like, if I could be exactly who I want to be, life would be so much easier. But you can't be like that because then you're going to be an asshole. Because I'm more of a straight shooter, but you can't just go around just being so, I guess, brash and basically telling people the truth. It's harsh, but it's just one of those things. It's like I like to tell people what it is that's on my mind, but you can't. I gotta like TV have a 5 second delay. I got like a 10 second delay. So a lot of times when people talk before I answer, I got like it's like a pause there because I'm like, all right, how do I frame this to make it sound good? Not harsh or whatever it is, and I would respect somebody's feelings and all that different stuff. So it's one of those things. But I have a lot of empathy for people, so that's what I give them. I mean, you could be an asshole to people, and they just have to take it. But I got a little bit more coof with me on that end. But but yeah, man, I really like talking to people. Really like having good dialogue. Um, this podcast, I had a vision for this podcast, but things in life, man, things, it don't always go the way it was planned, the way you expected, the way you envisioned it. Um, I envisioned me, having some other people here, and I had somebody spotted out that I wanted to be on here and things like that. And I don't think that's the way they wanted to go. So, I'm here. And, I was talking to my homegirl. She got her own podcast as well. And she was telling me, she was like, it's best to do it yourself because you don't have to be on nobody's schedule. You always going to be there. You don't have to worry about nobody not being there and not having to rely on people to show up and things like that. So she was like, best thing to do is do it yourself. But by doing it yourself, it's good and it's bad because sitting here talking to yourself is weird. It's very weird. It's just sitting there talking to yourself and just trying to flow with it. It's very weird. If nobody has ever done it before, try it and see how hard or easy it is. I mean, I know people go live on IG and all that other stuff, but it's a different 5 second clip, and most people are just looking at the camera, ain't saying shit. And most girls just looking at the camera, ain't saying shit, but they're not really talking. For a long period of time, and that's a hard thing to do. But we're gonna rock this thing out. We're gonna sound old, but we're gonna put this thing in the pocket. We gonna keep it in the pocket. We're gonna, you know, I'm gonna thug this thing out. If I find some co-host somewhere down the line, then it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I will be trying to bring y'all some dope interviews with some dope people that got some good things going on. We can learn some things from people because I want this to be a podcast that can have fun, and most importantly, a podcast that you get something out of it. You learn something from people experiences, what people go through, what I go through, different things like that, all that. I want people to learn something from this podcast. If they don't get anything, they learn something. They can take something from it and implement it in their life based off of my experiences or whoever I interview or bring on. You can learn from them because, like I said, you got some dope people doing some dope things. You got people that's been through some things that they can, share things with. But I just want to put some disclaimers out there. Um, I'm going to talk about everybody. I'm going to talk about men. I'm going to talk about women. So I don't want people to sit there and bash me like, oh, you talking about women, or you want, your favorite lines, who hurt you, your mama black, all this other stuff. So it's going to be an equal balance. I talk about men, talk about women, talk about whoever. If I'm a person of whatever's right, right is right, wrong is wrong. So no matter what, in a situation, if you right, I'm rocking with you. If you're wrong, I'm gonna let you know. And I do that for both both genders. Right is right, wrong is wrong. So that's just how I roll. Um, no matter what, it's not that I'm bashing any one group or any one person. Um, I'm gonna have opinions, and I'm gonna be wrong in opinions. I'm gonna have facts. If you don't like facts, I can't help you on that because facts is facts. If you want to dispute facts, dispute it with your mama, because you don't have to dispute it with me. Don't dispute it with your mama because facts is facts. You can't dispute that. Now, if you any feelings about it, I mean that's something totally different. I can't do nothing about your feelings either. But I'm just gonna and like I said, have opinions, gonna have facts, and just have some ignorant shit. I'm gonna be wrong, and I tell you I'm wrong, but we just gonna get them all. We gonna get them jokes off. But yeah, that I just want to put that disclaimer out, because anytime you say something, especially as a man, you say something about women, especially our women, they get real offended. They start calling you all types of names. You gay, you this, you that, you hate women, all these different isms and words, and using words that they don't even know what they mean, but because they popular, they just use them. So nah, that's not how it's going. And over here it's equally everybody can get the jokes, get the slander, whatever's going on, everybody can get it. But um, I'm gonna try to keep these podcasts between 45 minutes to an hour. Really not trying to go over that. I don't want to prolong people, have people sitting here listen to our podcast or stuff like that. Now, if it's good, it's good. You can go a little longer, but we're just gonna fill it out. We're gonna see how it, see how it go. Um, and yeah, that's how I go. Just bear with me. Like I said, it's my first episode, first time really exploring this and doing this. But we're gonna make it do what it do. I got different segments or whatever um, that I'm gonna go through or whatever. We got main talking points and things like that. But you know, um, but like I said, with that said, I just want to entertain you guys. I want to inform you guys, um, and just get the feedback from the people. However you get the feedback, give the feedback to me. I want the feedback from the people and tell me what they want to hear, what they topics they want to be discussed, and things like that. I got a IG page um, at the org pod, um, the organized chaos pod um, on IG. I think that's the only platform. Oh well, I'm on YouTube as well. The Organized Chaos podcast on YouTube. The video gonna be up there. I think I'm gonna put this on Spotify, most of the streaming platforms. Not all of them, but I'm gonna put them on most of the streaming platforms, and we're gonna have the video up on YouTube as well, so you can see this medium ugly mug. I can't believe I'm putting my damn face on on YouTube. This medium ugly mug is gonna people gonna sit here and roast me, but it is what it is. You know what's crazy? When you you ever accidentally turn on the front facing camera and see and see your face, that is the most terrifying shit. You be like, who the fuck is that? Like, then you hit it again, like, yo, that was me. I need to fix myself. The front facing camera is terrible. Yo. I don't even really like it. That's the worst thing. It will humble you. That front facing camera will humble your ass. I'm telling you, wake up in the morning, put that, and you might think you cute, you might think you handsome, whatever. Turn that front facing camera on. That joint gonna humble you real quick. So like, sit your ass down. You not that cute, fine, whatever you think you are. I guarantee it. But hold on. Stop the show. Stop the damn show. Yo, I got a rant, a serious rant. But then I got to remix the rant because something happened. But my original rant is, who the fuck is eating Arby's? Yo, who is eating Arby's? I need to know who the hell is eating, who is keeping them in business. I don't see nobody in the lines, in the drive-through. This joint got to be a front. It has it. Their meals cost like $15 to $20. Yo, who is eating Arby's? And every time I ask somebody, "Do you eat Arby's?" Some people say, "Yeah, I eat Arby's," and I say, "What you get?" The fries. Arby's ain't staying open for no goddamn fries, yo. That place can't stay open because they got some good fries. But now, and my daughter, my daughter be like, "Dad, I like it." I'm like, "What do you like?" The fries. So everybody's saying they like the fries. I'm like, it can't be that good. But now, Pusha T put out a diss track to McDonald's, which is crazy in itself. How does a fast food place have a diss track? But he did it. I'm talking about a damn fish sandwich. But after he put out that diss track, I think I'm gonna have to go try that fish sandwich. I think I'm gonna have to go try something at Arby's just to show some love to Pusha T. But I still stand by, who the hell is eating at Arby's. I just want to know who is keeping this joint open, Slim. Who's keeping this joint open? Because I see nobody. They put a new Arby's in. They put an Arby's in. Well, I don't even know if it's new. I don't even go down there. But they put an Arby's in. Well, I down in Waldorf. I don't see nobody over there. So I'm still trying to figure out who keeps this joint open. If people like it, somebody tell me. I don't know, because like I said, I don't see nobody going there. And the only time I've ever went to Arby's, what the where the hell was we at? I forgot where I went. I think it was driving from Pennsylvania, something like that. I don't know, but the food wasn't that good. The fries was good. I buy the fries from Food Line, heat them joints up or whatever when it's a rough night. But other than that, I don't have no reason to go to no goddamn Arby's. But hey, but I'm gonna just let that one I'm gonna let that one cook and marinate, and we'll see what the people say. Um, but I got another one. My second rant, and this was my original rant, but I had to throw that Arby's one in there. I learned that, fellas, I learned that women will be mad at you all day long because they had a dream that they say it felt so real. Now they mad at you the whole damn day. You have no clue why they mad, but they had a dream that felt real to them. So now they mad at you. I've never heard no I've never heard no stuff like this ever. That's crazy. My homegirl said she had a dream about her husband and she was pissed. I was like, yo, you cannot get mad at him. She was like, oh, yes, the fuck I can. I'm like, really? Like, come on now. Bruh. Like you mad at him all day because of something you had that wasn't even real? Like, and then somebody else, one of my other homegirls was like, she same thing. And I'm like, yo, how this is a real thing. I remember an episode on My Wife and Kids, and I think Jay, which that's crazy, Jay, um, Jay had a dream that Mike was messing with, I think it was Janet or Holly or somebody, and I'm like, and she was mad at him. So I'm like, this is a real thing for women. I'm like, this, this, this is craziness. This sounds crazy to men, but it makes all the sense in the world to women, which is it's mind boggling that women do that. Women, if you do this, please let me know. If anybody has had these experiences, women, please let me know. Comments, however you want to let me know. Let me know in the comments or whatever that you've experienced this and you've done this. Fellas, you're not even going to know if they've had these things before because they might not even told you. They was just mad for no reason at all. And if they was mad for no reason at all and you didn't know why they was mad, she probably have a dream about your ass and you ain't even know. I wish I had damn the damn Rocco sound effect. You ain't even know. Cause shit. who who does this? I'm just so perplexed. Who does this? Women. Women, you gotta love them, yo. Women, you have to love them. But shout out to y'all and y'all craziness. But like I said, we love y'all. So, but hey, man, I wish I don't experience that. Hell, I maybe have experienced that. I don't know, because they don't always say. I don't even think she told her husband that she had a dream about him and she was mad at him for the whole damn day. The whole day. Like she said, I was mad until I calmed down. I'm like, yo, that's sick. That's real sick. But I got another segment and it's about to go down. So I'm gonna have this segment where I do Twitter rants and I just screenshot different Twitter is a wild place, yo. Twitter is a different planet. It's a planet by itself. Like you find the most craziest things, craziest topics. I can do shows just off of Twitter posts alone. You find the most craziest things and the craziest topics, but I'm always on every episode I'm gonna pick one particular post and we gonna talk about it. we're just gonna talk about that one post for a little bit. Um, I pick from men, I pick from women. I try to pick from women a lot, so just to show other women that it's not just men saying the things that they be saying. It's other women say stuff, so you can't say, "Oh, you know what I'm saying, you're a man, you're saying this, and you're bashing women, or you're doing this, you're doing that." No, it's women that's stating the same things that men state. I picked this particular tweet because of the clip that went around with the guy talking about women that make a lot of money and blah 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 blah, and everybody was up in a frenzy or whatever. So, um, she tweeted, "Black women always the ones on here announcing their salary as soon as they get off the phone with HR. So I know they do it on dates like the man say." So yes, you go on Twitter, and the crazy thing about Twitter, half the time you ain't even seeing stuff from people that's your friends or the people you follow or whatever. You seeing stuff from everybody, so you getting a good dose of everybody. So every time I open up that app, I'm seeing another woman showing her salary or telling her salary, telling how much she make or whatever, blah 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 blah. So this is one of the reasons when the guy said, I wish I had that clip. And the guy said, when a woman start making a lot of money and blah 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 blah, they become unattractive or whatever. This and other. I want to kind of clarify that clip. A lot of times, what happens is, I mean, you have some women out there that I know, me personally, that make a lot of money, but they don't always brag and boast it in your face. They make their money and it is what it is. But then you have a lot of women that that's their go-to, and as a guy, you don't want to have that in your face all day, every day, because then what happens is when you have arguments, that's the first thing that comes up. Well, I make all this money. I don't really care what you talking about. Whatever, blah, blah blah blah. You can go this and another. Who wants to hear that all day? So that's where that comes in. Or you start getting unattractive because you start doing things that's unattractive. That's what you lead with. So if you're online talking about how much money you make, you telling this to strangers. You don't think you're gonna be telling. You don't think that person is going to be saying that to um, a person that they dealing with, especially if they get into an argument. Well, I don't really need you. I don't, what I'm saying, this is what men deal with. It's not that men be, intimidated or anything like that. It's just the fact that you got women that just throw it in your face. They lead with that. They just throw it in your face all day, and become annoying. It really becomes annoying. And I'm glad the this girl said it, because if a man's when that man said it, everybody bashed him, and then this young lady who who's all she's been cool. I've been friends with her on Facebook, and she asked a question, and I answered the question, and she got super offended, and I answered in a way where it was like basically how I'm telling you, and she got super offended, which a lot of you do is like, yeah, we can have a dialogue, we can have a back and forth, but when I say something you don't like, and I only stated what I basically just stated here, it's just like she went off, and it's like a lot of times people show who they are, what you doing online, and how you communicate, and how you can't effectively communicate. That translate into your relationship or the lack of relationships that you have. It's like you think you want to know why things don't work or why things don't go how you want it to go, because maybe your communication off. When somebody says something you don't like, you just flip out and you just go to the extreme or whatever. And effective communication is the main part of a relationship or whatever. So I was taken back by how she just went off, and it's no beef with her. If she ever listens to this, it's no beef with her. It's just the fact that you asked a question, I answered or the men answered it, and the way you came back, like, oh, a lot of people wouldn't say what they say in my face or whatever this and that. And it's like, no, I would say whatever I'm saying to your face. I would say it to whoever. I'm one of the people that stand wherever I stand on. That's what I stand on. I'm not going to sugarcoat it to whoever because I'm a man and this is what I stand on my principles, and I got things to back it up. And it's like I remember when I first. This is when I mean, when I wasn't really making no money like that, and I went to one of my jobs, and this lady, um, she made real good money. She was a top level person, and she made real good money. And she used to always talk about, yeah, these guys, they get up, these black guys, they get up here and they start making money and they don't want us no more and they just look down on us or whatever, blah, 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 blah. They look at other people and this and another and all this other stuff, right? So I just listened to her. And then every time I worked with this lady, it was like, she telling everybody how much, what she making, what she is, and what her title is, and all this other stuff, and this and another. And I'm like, and once you hear that often, and you get a better picture painted of why those men are not dealing with her, because it's like, who wants to deal with that every day? Because if you hear doing this to people that you don't really, I mean, now that we working, but if you're doing this every day, I'm pretty sure you would do that to the person you dealing with, you see every day or whatever, because it's almost like you want to have a superiority, however you pronounce that goddamn word. You want to feel superior to the person in front of you or whatever, or you want to seem big, and it's like, I don't care how much money you make. I mean, congrats to you on your, what I'm saying, where you at, and I'm happy for you. But after that, I don't care. We both here just working. That means nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? It means something to you, but it don't mean nothing to me, the person that you constantly saying this to every single day. So I mean, with that, like I said, when women saw that clip, um, and me reading this tweet, now you get a better understanding because this woman said it. I didn't say it. You go on Twitter, women. I just read a tweet today. This lady was telling, oh, I got an interviewer, um, asked her how much is she willing to take, and she said $200 an hour. She's like, oh, the interviewer was like, well, you good luck. Who most people only making $100 an hour, whatever field she was in. And she was like, who? They was like, who paying that? And she was like, oh, people are paying it, and I got it or whatever, blah blah blah. So basically, you wanted everybody to know that you're making $200 an hour. And I see that every day, and it's like, now if a dude is online flashing his money and blah 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 blah, he's a clown. He's what I'm saying, he this blah 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 blah. But it's like you see women talking about how much they make and what they make and whatever this and whatever all day, every day online. And like I said, that came from a woman. So it's not just men. So women, just giving you a different perspective on when you had those conversations about that clip that went viral. Um, this is what men are talking about. It's not saying every woman do that. Every woman that make money, I know a lot of women that make money, and they don't do that. So I'm not saying all, but I'm just saying there's there's a good amount that do that. Because a lot of times women live in their bubble and they only know their friends, and my friends don't do that, this and that. But there's a lot of people out there that do that. So you can't think about yourself and your little bubble. You got to think about the other people, all the other women in the world. So, but that was a good tweet. I wanted to shed some light on that, because I think that was like a week or two ago when that viral clip happened, and like I said, I had some technical difficulties on my on this audio end, but you know, um, I just wanted to touch on that subject. And when she tweeted that, and that was tweeted yesterday, that was a callback to that video clip. So I just wanted to tie both of those together. So shout out to her for that fire tweet. You know, us in the in the men delegation, we appreciate you for tweeting that, because we can't tweet it because we be misogynist and all this other stuff that people like to call us if we say anything about women. So shout out to you. Um, so I get into my last segment. Um, I have a segment called "Things I May or May Not Give Two Shits About," because a lot of the a lot of the pop culture stuff. I mean, I'll talk about it, but I really don't care about a lot of this stuff. Half the time, half of these people I don't even be knowing. I don't know half the people that, like, I follow the Shade Room, but half the people they talk about, I have no clue who they are. I used to have to ask my daughter, like, yo, who this? Who is this? Oh, that's such and such baby mother. Oh, that's such and such. Half these chicks that's famous, they just somebody baby mother. And I don't, I have no clue who they are, what they do. So that's why I say it's two, things I may or may not give two shits about. So, um, I want to start, saying RIP to Young Thug's baby mother. I do not know the young lady's name. I saw the story come across, and these bammers out here is getting crazier by the day. Yo. They it's straight suckers. They killing women, and I mean she got killed over a bowling ball, an argument over a bowling ball, if I'm not mistaken. But the stuff I've been seeing in the news and all this different stuff is, it's like, yo, what are we doing? Like, dudes, what are we doing? I'm seeing dudes putting guns to babies' head to steal ladies' cars and this, and I'm like, yo, it's like TK Kirkland said, who raised you? Like, who are raising these dudes, yo? Like, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. I don't even know what to say, because the dudes are getting out of hand with, like I said, killing these women and doing all this different stuff, and it's just, we got some straight suckers out here that don't know how to deal with their emotions, don't don't know how to be men. Period. Um, I really don't know what's going on. So, but I just want to say RIP to her. Um, this is an old one, but I want to say congrats. Um, congrats to Riri on the pregnancy. I know I'm super late, but I love some damn Rihanna. Who the hell doesn't love Rihanna? I think the only person that I know that don't like Rihanna is my younger brother. I have no clue. He likes Kylie Jenner. That's a whole conversation in itself. But Rihanna is the shit. One of the sexiest women alive. I don't care if she don't have to be the cutest, but she damn sure one of the sexiest. So everybody love Rihanna. Yo, if anybody remember Savage Rihanna on Twitter before she just got big mogul or whatever, like, Rihanna was dragging people. She dragged Sierra. Um, that was epic right there. She dragged Sierra. Um, she dragged Karuchi. I mean, I don't. If anybody know, they know. Like, what she did. Like, I think she put like a. If I'm not mistaken, I think she put like a pack of low main or something like that with some shades on it. Yo, she was getting stuff off, yo. This Rihanna is not the old Rihanna, because she was straight savage mode, yo. But everybody loves Rihanna. Everybody be reformed. She was younger. We gonna say she was young. She made some mistakes, but she healing. She grew up, billionaire now, so she doing her thing. Shout out to Riri. Um, but I think the last couple things I'm gonna talk about all have to do with Kanye. and his bullshit. Like, so first we got Kanye just going off on Pete Davidson, and you know, I I don't even know what to say really. Like, he was kind of kicking Pete Davidson back in, like, he fake killing him in videos and doing all this stuff. It's like, all right, you just let things rock. But now Kanye want to play victim, and oh, Pete's saying this and blah 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 blah. Kanye, he got people by the heartstrings, so he know how to pull certain cards, and people don't remember stuff he say and don't know how he tied it. It's just like he pulls at people's heartstrings when he wants to, and people fall for it, yo. Then he going after DL Hughley, and it's like, dude, like, come on now, like, you first of all, you don't want to try to go back and forth with a comedian, because a comedian will roast you. That's the wrong thing to do. And the way DL came back on him was just, it was crazy. Like, he told him through all of it. I mean, it's one thing for him to tell him, and which everybody focused on was like, yo, you made a Kardashian go back to a white dude or whatever. That was funny, but what got lost in that is the Bama told Pete to do some D ups to compete with Pete Davis. I'm like, how you gonna tell another dude to do some D ups, yo? Like, that's crazy to me, yo. Like I said, you really can't go back and forth with a comedian, because that's what they do. They gonna roast you. You ain't built for that. You see, he stopped after a while, because it's like you can't win that battle. But and then him going after Kim. So a lot of people, they don't like Kim for whatever reason, and I get it. History, family, this and another. Um, but like I said, I'm always on right, wrong. I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. I'm just speculating. But like I said, I'm on right and wrong based on what I see. And what I see is a bunch of manipulation. Um, he talking about he don't see, he trying to see his kids. He don't see his kids, but all we do is see you with your kids at your events, and it's like, I'm not understanding how you not seeing your kids when we literally see you at courtside with your daughter at these shows. You see your kids there, so it's like, where's the disconnect? But then you try to pull the black men don't. Yes, it's true. The courts are set up for women when you talk to joint, talk to custody and blah 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 and this and that and other. But you didn't care about custody when you moved to Wyoming, when you was living there and moved away from your kids. So you can't have it both ways. And then you want to talk about black people. Oh, it was a choice for slavery, and talk about black people on a negative end or whatever, this and whatever. But then when you want to have some type of plight, then you want to talk about, oh, the black man or the black this and never. People don't put those two and two together. He's a master manipulator. He's used to getting his way. He's dealing with the wrong people and trying to get his way. He met his match on this one, because these are the wrong people. You're not going to win this one either, because they run the media, they run social media, they do an excellent job on it. But she's been super quiet, which I applaud. She's been super quiet, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of stuff she could say about Kanye. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of stuff, but she don't say anything. This dude done said so much stuff about her family, whatever, this and that, whether it's true, whether it's not. That's not for everybody to, see, hear, whatever, because you got kids. You don't want your kids, going through that or whatever. You talking about their mom or whatever, this and that. And it's like, I personally think that she's been classy through the whole thing, but yeah, he been tripping. But it gets to my bigger point, and the point I want to talk about is um, co-parenting. Um, co-parenting is co-parenting, effective co-parenting, it's tough. It's very tough, and this is not the way to do it. The way he's going about it is not. It's not the way to. I would never um, put my daughter's mother out there like that. I would never be public like this and make her look bad in front of anybody, because you don't do that. That's the, mother of your children. Like, why are you embarrassing her like this for your gain or get people on your side or whatever? It doesn't make sense or whatever. So when I talk about co-parenting, um, a lot of people go through this type of stuff. Um, and what happens is a lot of times it's on the opposite end of, like, a lot of times the women are making the dudes look bad on the line, whether it's right or wrong. And I used to tell, I know I used to tell my cousin, I was like, yo, when she used to complain about her child's father or whatever, and I DM'd her one time and I was like, yo, you could be 100% right about him. He can be he he could be, he ain't shit, or you could be 100% right about everything you saying about him, but only thing people see is you and how you act, and and they just gonna see the way you respond to things or whatever, this and other, and they might have it in their mind, well, he probably only doing this because she's like this, or she reacts this way, or she probably crazy, or whatever, this and another. They only see you, they don't see him. And what do you gain by doing all this stuff online? It's like you're talking to a bunch of strangers. I mean, it's people that you know, but it's like those people don't need to know your business like that. It's like my daughter mother, I'm pretty sure she's been mad at me at times, and I've been mad at her at times, but it's like it's no reason for us to get online and complain about each other to a bunch of people that have no say so or know nothing in our dealings with each other. It's like I don't understand why people do that. And, it doesn't make sense to me, because it's like all I see is you complaining, and then I got to go back and look at your character and how you have presented yourself online, and then I could be like, he might not want to deal with you based on how you presented yourself online. And people don't realize that's how a lot of people, what you put online and what you show and how you respond to things, that gives a good glimpse into your life as far as how you interact with people. So that's a lot of things you got to take in consideration just in life in general, not even with co-parenting, just in general, how you put yourself out there online, and how you move, how you talk, and your overall appearance. I don't rock with none of that. I'm not rocking with anybody that's just totally bashing that other parent online. Like I said, you could be 100% right in what you're saying about that person, but it's like you don't have to do that in front of a bunch of people, in front of a bunch of strangers, or things like that. I just don't do it. And a lot of times people don't have effective um, co-parenting because either one of the people still like the person, like Kanye was still trying to get back with her, and so that caused friction within the two, because one person mad, then they want to start doing what he doing, talking about it, and bashing them, and then on some end, people use the kids as pawns, and I don't want, you ain't saying your kid, and I ain't doing this, so I'm gonna put you on child support because blah 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 blah, this and that. And it's like, it's all because you hurt, you and your feelings. You're not even thinking about the kid. At the end of the day, it's all about the kids. But I don't understand. I just don't understand it. And I remember I used to tell people, I do things. I did things for my daughter, my daughter's mom, and people are like, oh, why you do this, and another? And it's like, because, like, at the end of the day, she has to be comfortable. try to keep the peace or whatever. If anything happens, it's going to come. I'm going to have to fix it anyway. So I might as well be proactive and do what I need to do to make sure it don't come to that. So if people, especially as men, like no matter what, you just have to rise above whatever and be the bigger person. Be like, all right, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna try to, because women they're gonna lead with emotions. It's not talking about them, but it's just fact. They lead with a lot of emotions. So you gotta you gotta qualm that. You gotta go above that. You gotta go around that and just ease all that. As long as they taking care of, or you taking care of what you're supposed to take care of, then you try to find peace. Sometimes you can't avoid it because, like I said, sometimes people in their feelings. You like that person or that person like you, and it's hard to avoid those situations of conflict. But you try to minimize the conflict as much as possible and have a better co-parenting situation. And um, me and my daughter, we had a very good co-parenting. People used to be like, think we were together when we wasn't, and oh y'all seem so cool. And yeah, we are cool, but it's a lot of work that goes into that. We not always cool. We not always saying eye to eye, different things like that. But you get above you get over certain things because it's like at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit our daughter because that's all it's about anyway. You know, it's about her. But like I said, I mean, I love her to death. We're not together. We haven't been together for a long time, but I love her to death, and it's always going to be like that. I want to make sure she's straight and she good or whatever. This another, but and that's the main goal. Is it's one of those things. It's like people are too petty. People can't get over pettiness. People can't get out of their feelings. People can't get over liking that person and it's over. The relationship is over and different things like that. It's like just be an adult. Both of y'all have to be an adult. Um, and once people start being adults and seeing that we can work this out as far as having a respectable um, uh, co-parenting situation, and everything will be smooth. Everything is smoothing out. It's one of those things that you have to go above and beyond um, the hate, the anger that you have for that person, and just keep it pushing because then no matter if you're not in the house or not, your child will benefit. Your child will benefit from all of it, not seeing the constant arguments and not you bashing it. Please, 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 people, women especially, and men, um, please stop bashing the other person to your kids. No matter what, you let that kid grow up and see whatever that other person is, they will eventually find out. But you don't do it because whatever you put in their head, that's what they're gonna think. And a lot of and sometimes what you saying to them is not even the truth. It's just that you're in your feelings about them or whatever. And because a lot of times people grow up and they've been told all their life this person ain't this and this person ain't that and they ain't shit and your father ain't shit and your mom ain't shit and this and another. And then they grow up and they start and they get that other person's side. They get that other parent's side, and you realize the other person was tripping. The other person was keeping you from seeing that parent or whatever. And it's like you messed that kid life up for nothing just because you was hurt and angry, and you was petty. You couldn't grow up and you couldn't act like an adult or whatever. So, at the end of the day, because just like I said, with all these dudes hurting these women and different things like that and all the stuff going on in the world today, it's like these kids don't have no parents that's actually teaching them anything. Especially these dudes out here, they ain't have no, so some of them ain't have no fathers to show them how to deal with their emotions. I didn't even have my father, but I learned how to deal with my emotions for myself, just by observing everything. And it's like you have to check your emotions. You have to, especially as a man, you have to know how to be level headed and make decisions and proper decisions and non-emotional decisions or whatever, because it's a lot of dudes in jail just off of based off of emotional decisions. Split second, they can't think, they can't, make the right decisions or whatever. We need we need better parenting, because that's the only way you're going to fix the state of what's going on in the world. It's the only way you can fix it, and it's a product. What's going on in the world is a product of bad parenting, bad co-parenting, and we need to fix it. And we the only people that can fix it. So I believe I'm gonna end on that, because that's a point that really hits home. It bothers me to see all this stuff going, especially these kids. They don't have no manners. They don't have nothing. They don't give a fuck. These kids don't care, yo. Like, at least when we was growing up, like, we cared what adults, like, you think another adult on the block was gonna whoop your ass, or like, people gonna tell on you. Shit. When I was growing up, the damn school teachers whooped your ass with a yardstick. It's crazy. Different times, but I'm old as shit, yo. We gonna leave. I just dated myself like a teacher whooping my ass. Yo, I'm older than a mo. And on that note, I gotta get out of here, because damn, I just made myself sound old. I don't even like the way that sound. But yeah, man, I just and employ everybody to work on themselves, try to be the best version of themselves, and get your weight up, not your hate up. Strive to be the best version of you every day. Um, like I said, check me out on YouTube, Organized Chaos Podcast. Um, on Follow me on Instagram, the Organized Chaos Podcast. And just keep on listening. I'm gonna try to drop these once a week. We gonna get better. Everything gonna get smooth. And like I said, we gonna put it in the pocket. And we just going we this thing is it's gonna grow. You know, first episode, first time doing it. So little nerves, little jitters, or whatever. We get that out of the way, and we gonna rock and roll. So thanks for your time. It's all my time. To the next time. We are out.